Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War Invasions, week 20, day 3. So of course today we actually ended up getting a new pet, oddly enough. We ended up getting that new dragon for the Groshnok Kingdom. Of course, Groshnok is one of the slightly weaker kingdoms, mainly because its 2 mythics are horrific, and everything else from that kingdom is pretty average at best. So, yeah, you don't really get much usage out of it. However, it is pretty cute, and I might actually use it as my pet now. Because of the 3 dragons, it definitely looks decent. That's for sure. Because there's basically 3 main ones. Penglong, the, that one that's in a dragon egg, and that one. There's technically 2 others, the 2 dragon kitties. But they're more cat than dragon, with how they're both drawn. So not quite, even though they kind of are. Anyways, let's go and just clear out invasions, go get the pet, and go from there. And everyone in my guild keeps changing the banner. I think our banner changes like every single week. Pretty much. Someone just asked to go and keep changing it to something else. Not sure who keeps doing it. I know I have a few times. But I'm not sure who it is like the good majority of times. I'm not sure if it's the same person constantly or what with that. But it's happening. Oh yeah, I did end up getting a haircut earlier today. Finally. After like 3 months of not doing one. Let's see, I'll go for a poke right there. To be able to kill it with Slicer. Actually, I'll just do it with Skull. With boost ratio, that should be enough, and it is. We'll go through one on there, because 1 Skull should probably still be enough to kill at first slot. I believe we're still in kill range of 1 single cast, or 1 single Skull, I mean. Cast, we're still not in kill range of, but for Skulls, we are. So I'm going to do that. Luckily, we get the double poke, and we'll go for it again. Actually, probably should have just killed it out right there. Whoops. We'll go for Slicer then to kill it. Slicer into 1 more of the cannon. Or vice versa. Or we'll just get super lucky with it. Or we can just do that. That works too. And he's dead. I'm not sure if we've even lost one of these things yet. Not like it would matter. You don't actually lose any points as long as you win out the battle. And as long as you kill the Vow Raven. And by killing the Vow Raven, I mean, never mind. You don't actually have to kill the Vow Raven. Because it's attached to one of the towers. I still don't understand why they haven't added the bag yet, though. Next to these things. Like, if one of these is actually going to be a Vow Raven, they still do not carry bags next to them, which is kind of weird. Like, you never know when, what battle you're actually specifically going to get the extra 2 sigils on. It'd be nice if they indicated it somehow. They had a reason for it in the past of why they didn't do it, but it wasn't a good one. I think it was just because they didn't want people to get confused, but it's even more confusing by not having it. So it doesn't make much sense why it's not there. Okay, and then we'll go kill that out. Hello, William. Hello, Steve. Hello, Raven. And hello, Yu. Welcome. Let's see. Yeah, you can check it by going underneath the guild thingy, but only if it's within the last, like, 20, 30, or however many actions within your guild. But yes, you can check it. I am aware of that. I just don't normally bother because it's not that big a deal. If the banner keeps getting changed, that means very, very little. Let's stick to red for now. Grab all that. Grab a first slot hit, and then we can kill it out with the Slicer. Actually, never mind. It's not even enough damage anymore, is it? No, it is not. So a second Slicer will be. Oh, I want that Skull so bad. It's not worth it, though. It's such a waste if I go for it. We'll go for that. I don't believe I have a good drop there, so we just ignore that. We can go for some cannons then. I guess we'll start it on him. Take that Skull over. Go poke us back. Yeah, we'll do it on there. Didn't get our double hit, but 1 more of these cannons will take it out. Doing that first so we actually turn. Didn't actually get it, though. But it should be enough to kill it, and if that's not the kill, it is very close to kill. 4 HP, of course. It can double tap when there's only 1 left, so hopefully this does a double tap. Otherwise, we gotta go poke it twice. So we'll do this, double tap. Yeah, there we go. Right through the barrier. Because it hit twice. 1 for the barrier, 1 for actually killing it. It even still shows a Vow Raven there, too. Which is not even dropping off of. There is no Vow Raven on the opposing team. And I don't believe that's being fixed next patch either. Let's see. Let's go for this for now. I guess we'll try double slicing him. At least we get the purple out of random somewheres. There we go, perfect. So now we can go slice him again. If he only had 5 HP, we could just let the 5 damage kill him, but there we go. And let's poke him 1 more time. And this doesn't look like it's going to give us the double poke. Hello, Captain! Welcome! Okay, so we have what should be 4 more battles. Pretty sure we'll get 1 more Valraven. Not this battle, but the following battle. Okay, let's go grab a score it over there. Actually, you know what? Actually, no. I was going to say we'll take it with blue, but we're already going to have full mana due to the enchant, so we actually don't need to poke it with a blue. Otherwise, I would have. But we'll do that because he has the highest amount of reduction. We'll then slice him twice, and should be good to go from there. We get our slicer right back, and now he's double cannon. And if it does a 30% on one of them, that will be match. Nope, didn't get it that time. There we go, we got 1. Oh, I should have sliced it first. Oh well, doesn't matter. And he's dead. There we go. And this is either our final battle, or we'll have 2 more. And then we'll go do the pets. There's not really any teams to go show for, otherwise I would. Groshnaki is very, 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 very underwhelming kingdom. The Mythic's still available, though, which is more so a bad thing than a good thing. So don't forget to not use your keys. Or I should say, I worded that weirdly. But make sure to not use your keys today and tomorrow, or, you know, into Friday reset. Because we still have to deal with the new Mythic that just came out. He is still in the drop table. Might seem like he's out already, but nope, he's still around for a few more days. Unfortunately, they don't have any timer on it, but it is another 2 days. 2 days and a few hours until Friday reset. Okay, we'll take that over. Grab the cannon down. Before we do, let me just go grab that over. And then we can just start bursting with a bunch more cannons. He'll go and gain barrier. He did not go for barrier. We'll kill it out then before it gets to do anything. Throw another one, hopefully get double cannon. Nope. And slice it into cannon, or slice the skull. Either or. And it looks like slice the cannon. And he's super dead. Hopefully this will 30% him. If it does, we win. And if it doesn't, well, we'll win the next turn. And there we go. Thank you, Mod Mark. Much appreciated. Yeah, that's generally what I do with my hair. I tend to grow it out by month or by season, and then I just shave it all off at once. It's just easier that way. That's pretty much my style. It's not really a style. It's basically just let it grow out and do nothing to it, and then shave it all off. Just to keep it really low maintenance. That is pretty much what I do with it. Anyways, let's go to the pets. I currently still have it on Shaman, which we do need to go get maxed. However, there's not really any direct benefit to doing so. What we do gain a direct benefit from, though, is getting Tidecaller higher. Let's keep doing that. Hello, Polly and Goober. Welcome. Okay, we'll take that over. Grab that. Take our... did we take Skull? No, let's take some reds and just destroy it from there. Hello, Original. Welcome. Okay, all we have to do here is key to key. And kill it off the second key. All these battles go the exact same way, except for the final 2. The final 2 will have enough to survive the double key cast, just because it doesn't get enough damage off the gold boost ratio. At least we're still getting all the gold per battle. Quite a bit of it at that. I'll move that over, grab herself a brown. I'll try for brown. Didn't get it though off the cascade. I guess we could try for it again, but we're probably just better off taking red to red or red to green or something like that. And just destroy it off the board like that. Like so. And then we do that into key, into egg, into key. Too bad I don't have a brown storm though. HeroQuest doesn't have any on it, I don't believe. No, you'd have to have Storm Tree to have brown storm, and this does not have Storm Tree. And if it did, it would have 2 explosions, because its final trait is also that explosion on every extra turn. Hey, these battles are pretty easy. The only slightly annoying thing is if you're in early game, you might be running Mang. And I believe the final battle runs Giant Toad on it, which could be a little bit annoying, because if you're using Mang, it would make your hero not be first slot. Other than that, it's pretty easy. The Darkstone one. The pet itself is pretty useless, though. Still worth getting, because why not? But I would mostly just use it cosmetically. The actual stat bonus it gives is nearly irrelevant. Might as well just be a cosmetic pet because of how bad the bonus is. Because even if you were to use some orcs or some some troops from the Groshnok Kingdom, you probably wouldn't really use them enough to get a good benefit from the bonus that it has. because most teams do not run 4 Groshnak troops. At most, you might use 2. The legendary that gives orcs 50% and 1 other orc. You very, very rarely would ever run 4 from that kingdom. Why did I do that? I should have keyed first. Oh well. We'll do that, get an egg down, and do another one into the final key. Hopefully he doesn't do a buff there. Good, he doesn't. And down it goes. Yeah, it's a summer cut. Pretty much. Works great for summer. Definitely works great for summer. Okay, we'll get everything destroyed. Grab ourselves a... Actually, let's take that for now. Yeah, I can pretty much look like a completely different person after I do this and just take off the glasses. It's like you can barely even recognize me. That and if I stop wearing plain shirts. Like, almost every single shirt I own is just a solid color. Pretty much. I have around, I want to say 15 solid color shirts. And that's almost my entire wardrobe. Just because I don't really wear that much variation. Do you think Key Team will get a nerf? No. They actually said a while back they had no plans on nerfing Key Team. And they've stuck with it for around 7 months now. Key came into the game sometime mid-November. And they still haven't nerfed it once. Which I'm actually really surprised they didn't even touch it at all. It's really decent for gold farming. However, as far as like quickest wins in the game and stuff like that, it's not the absolute most broken thing. It's just really good at gaining gold while simultaneously winning at a adequate speed, which is why I normally use it. Because it's basically free gold for every battle you do. And it's not much slower than some of the other stuff you'd be using in some of these battles. However, it is a bit slower for pet battles 7 and 8 compared to some other things, just because 1 key will not kill this battle. So we have to double key, so we'll just preemptively throw 1 because we already know it's not going to be enough damage. Might as well just throw 1 down already. And then we throw the killing key, and then do the same thing. Throw a preemptive key, and then throw another one. Although, however, we do have enough gold bonus right now that 1 skull would bring the first one into kill range. But it's not in kill range, so let's do that, and as you can see, it doesn't kill. But the next one will. Actually, he might kill himself out off his on the cast. And then we get the other key in there. Could also do it with a skull. And then we just need 1 more battle. And then we get the pets, or at least the guarantee of the pet. We probably already have the pet through all the other baskets, but this will guarantee 100% give it to us. And given that we have 0 copies of it, definitely want to get as many copies as we can. So I'll just throw a preemptive key for the same reason. 1 key will not kill, regardless of how high we get our gold. Assuming we only have 1 Cedric on our team. So we'll do that, let's get that down again. And that key will kill. And go for the double. And do the same thing again, key and then key. And this time we can't even take a preemptive skull because that probably wouldn't be enough damage. So we'll do that. And no, it wouldn't have been. Especially with a 21 there. Would not have been high enough, but 1 more key kills. And unfortunately, 1 mana short, of course. But not too big a deal. Just throw that and then 1 more cast will get us the dragon. And I am going to wield it immediately. There we go. How many copies we get? 3! Too bad it wasn't 6, but I'll take it. Okay, so we got our dragon. Let's go feed him, go get him up, go do all that good stuff. Oh, we get a orb out of this too. Nice. Check upgradable. Should be doing one. No, we still have Bodie McBoatface to go do. How's he doing as far as food? Not enough. Not enough. However, we do have enough blue pet food to get him 1 level. Let's do that, I guess. And there we go. He's now level 55. Or 15, I mean. So 1 step closer. And now let's go do the Weavern. Upgrade. Weavern. Feed him. And there we go on him. Okay, so next thing. Let's go equip him. Where is him? Equip. And I don't know a good name for a dragon right now. What should we name the dragon? Okay, we'll figure out a name later. And I still need pet food for the other one. But let's go grab our orb, go grab our gems. Hopefully it's a good one. Of course it's green. Let's go change our appearance to go match our guy. Especially since we don't have a beard anymore. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? That's not what I want. It's my bonus. Problem is he's not on the shoulder. Do we have any with like a really large shoulder? Oh, dragon armor kind of works. Let's do a dragon armor. Dragon armor into what's it called? Change appearance. There we go. Okay, we'll do it with that. Where's his other one? Take that one. Does he not have... Wait, where'd it go? Here they are. That's what I wanted. And I want, like, the reddish one to match the dragon. They're a different red. We need a lighter red. Not pink. Is this the lightest red we have? Pure red. Yeah, that's, I believe, the closest we have. The green probably looks off as well. Yeah, that green's too green. Or like a limey green. This is a weird green. Yeah, we'll just have to go with red for both, it looks like. Do that. That'll work. Good enough. Let's see the other ones that we have here, though. Let's see. Might actually just go with the face paint. I almost need one of these to be slightly different. And the match. We need more colors. Let's see. None of these are gonna match it. What thorns does he have on this thing? He has like whitish ones. Do we have like a grayish white color? That's close. Not quite. That one actually might be closer. Like the silver. Because that is what he has, right? Yeah, he has... You can see it kind of like right there. Like really small ones. Can't quite tell what color that is. Are my eyes just that blind? There's like green on his head, but they're like silver there. Okay, we'll just go with that. Good enough. Good enough. Yeah, you can see right there, he has like those. Not the exact color, but that's about as close we're gonna get. They look like a darker green on his spine though. Though it could just be because they're behind him. But we don't have really a proper darker green for it. Oh well, good enough. Let's just roll with that. Anyways, next order of business. Let's go and do dungeons, go hand out a redeem code, and then mess around with delves. Just to get ourselves some more shards. We do have a new kingdom coming, not next Friday, but the following Friday, if I'm not mistaken, 2 weeks from now. Or 2 weeks and a couple days. Which that reminds me, when is next everything? Hold up. That's not what I want. Return to page. Oh yes, actually that is. Oh no, I was already on the right page. Next faction is on... Well, this wasn't the ideal page, but it does work. Next faction is on... Loading screen. Loading, loading, loading. Come on, I was literally just on this page. Load quicker. There we go. Oh no, I don't want all. Just show me the... Now it's loading again. Really? Load already. Well, that's trying to figure out what it's doing. Let's go clear out dungeons. Key team. There we go. No, it didn't load the right... Show me the spoilers. Wrong one. There we go. Okay. July 21st. Never mind. I lied. It's next Friday. Not this week's Friday, but next week's Friday. I didn't realize it was already that close. Yes, it is right around the corner. Not this Friday, not this week, but next week. Very nice. So what were the other events? Let me see. I'm actually going somewhere for the week before 4th of July, which is why I want to actually check right now as well. Something that came up the other day. Let's see. On the 25th, I have the appointment thing. And the operation, small thing. That Friday, we have Bounty Hunter. Really? That's kind of funny. I keep leaving on Bounty Hunter weeks. The last time I left was on a Bounty Hunter week as well. That's kind of convenient. Because out of every single event, that is the least consequential one for me to actually cover. Because it's literally the exact same thing pretty much every single time. So that's actually really convenient. Oh, Spyro! Oh, that would work perfectly. Yeah, let's go Spyro. It doesn't have the same coloration, but yeah, it does definitely kind of have that similar aspect to him, visually. Do I have a role in Gems of War, like a mod or anything? Nope. I am pretty much unaffiliated with the development team of Gems of War. I am, however, part of their beta testing team, but that's just a bunch of random people that are like within the Gems of War community. It was relatively easy to get into it in the past. However, it's kind of hard to get into it these days because they're not really accepting more people for it for the most part, unless you know like multiple languages. Other than that, I believe I'm still technically a mod on their Steam version. However, there's not really much I can do with that. And I'm not actually like hired as one. I just happen to have that status there. Like if I type on the Gems of War forum on the Steam side, it'll just show that I'm a moderator there. But I don't actually really do anything. I don't even think I've used that forum for a couple months. Barely anyone does. It's basically a dead forum because almost everyone, if anyone's going to use the forum, they're using the official Gems of War forum on their website. Let's see. Take that one over. Throw destroy down. Hello, Stacy. Welcome. Hello, Bakchan. Hello, Radial. Also, hello, Neil. Better than Shade of Zorn as name? I don't even think that could fit. I think it only has like a 20 character limit or something for the pet name. Yeah, we need to go name it Spyro after this battle, or after we finish out dungeons. And hand out a code. Thank you, Pliskin. Much appreciated. What class would you level up to 100 next? You just did Titan. Next would be Thief. Not only do you get this weapon for 250 wins, the skeleton key, but you also end up getting a really good hero class. Okay, let me go name this thing Spyro, and then let's hand out a redeem code, and then we'll mess with factions. Where'd it go? I'm looking for, I forget what his base name is. There it is. And we'll rename it to Spyro. There we go. Okay, next thing. Let's go and, code before I forget again. I almost forgot it already. Let me go do that right now before I forget. Code time. Where'd it go? Right over there. Mark it down. Copy, copy. Save all that. Put that right over there. Paste it into the little thingy. Oops, that's not the right one. That one is, though. Refresh. Paste it right over there. Copy, copy. And there you guys go. There is the redeem code. Use it on gemsofwar.com or use the game code section. Your invite code can be found underneath your settings menu. Whatever your game says right over there is what you put into the game. Redeem code is right over there in chat. Just copy paste the random letters and give the same reward as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. There you guys go. And while we're here, let's go repick one of these. Any of these down here? How have I not done these yet? Those are super easy ones. Let me repick this one. What do we get? Nope, just 3 PvP revenges. For only 300 souls, not worth it, unless we can just naturally get it done really easily, but I don't see any there. Anyways, next order of business. Go down and go over to factions. Of course, we're still farming Warrens because they still haven't made other delves relevant. Or, you know, they haven't made high-level delves relevant. I have quite a bit less shards this time around, but that's mainly because I've been missing a lot of the daily delves. I haven't been doing it consistently, like, every single time. So we'll go and do this path. Looks like we have to go right over there, unless we have, like, a 1.4 over here, which we might actually. No, but we do have a 1.3, so never mind. We do have a slightly different path. Really weird path, actually. We go there, 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 it looks like. Yeah, that does seem to be the way. So let's go up, then down all the way, and then the other one, and then middle down to the boss. Oops, I'm still using Key Team. I did not mean to use Key Team for this. So I guess we're stuck with it. Not too big a deal. We got more gold, but it's about a minute or two slower per delve. That means the most recent battle we had was a Cedric. And I forgot to switch it. Well, not that I forgot to switch it. Me not forgetting right now was me forgetting to switch it. But you only switch it once you change to a different delve. The only times I switch to Key Team specifically is if the delve has Cedric in it. If it doesn't, I just run a slightly different team that wins slightly quicker. We go up here, hit the bottom path, and then circle around. I sometimes deliberately forget factions, because sometimes I'm just not in the mood to play it. But I do like the game mode. It's just some days it just is a little bit too time consuming to really bother with for the kind of loot you get. Like, if it gave a lot better loot, I'd consider it. Like, if they ever finally did a buff to make level 500 factions worth it, so that we'd get the current loot that we have as well as additional loot, then I'd probably consider it. But with how bad loot is for delves, it always seems kind of pointless doing them. The only good loot you get is shards. That is pretty much it. Of course, you do get a lot of legendary and mythic ingots. However, you reach a point where getting those just become kind of redundant. Mythic ingots literally do nothing for us, and legendary ingots are pretty much the equivalent of doing nothing. I think I currently have 2,600 legendary ingots on reserve. So getting an extra few hundred is not going to make any difference whatsoever. It's really just for the shards. I wish there was a way to, like, more specifically focus the shards. Like, I would give up every single other drop to just get the shards, if that was possible. Because that's the only drop that's relevant. Okay, we'll take a hit there. Luckily, they're still in one-shot range. I believe the tier 5 battle we're about to take is not one-shot range, same as the final battle. Tier 4, tier 5, and the final battle, I believe, are not enough if you don't have Cedric in play. Unless we get, like, a random score or something. One nice thing, at least in this game mode, is we do get max gold immediately with one single cast of Greed. I keep forgetting, we can scope poke here, too, for a higher range. We have a much higher range since our attack is way higher, just due to delves. Go for another key. Exactly, we're going to need another 2 keys just to kill that out, unless we can get another skull randomly like that. And never mind, there we go, perfect. And down it goes. You heard you're going to be take gem rewards from daily. If true, what are they replacing it with? Yes, that is true. I covered that some on the previous stream if you want to go see like the full explanation and everything. But briefly, what's basically happening next patch is weekly event objectives and daily tasks are being replaced with 2 different mechanics: an adventure board and a flash offer calendar. Basically what these 2 things are, the adventure board is kind of the replacement for daily tasks, in that, as well as, well, basically for both of them. It's a replacement technically simultaneously for both of them. And it's basically kind of like pet battles in a way that you get per day, essentially. So imagine the pet event, slightly different, but you get to do it once per day with about 10 battles throughout it instead of just 8. And it gives you different rewards. Like, it could give you gems, could give you chaos shards, could give you souls, could give you gold. It has several different rewards. Overall, the main skepticism with it is it's likely going to overall reduce the gem rate from weekly events. Like, you're still going to be getting gems, but it's probably going to be slightly lower than the system that is currently in place. The other thing, though, that could potentially make it better is something that we know almost nothing about, and that is the event calendar. Or not the event calendar, but the flash offer calendar. Of course, currently flash offers are things that you can only get with money. However, starting next patch, there will be flash offers that can be obtained by 2 other means. One is, instead of money, you can spend gems on them. And another is, instead of doing anything resource-wise, you can simply do something in-game in order to get that flash offer. So maybe it'll say kill, almost kind of like how event objectives are now. We don't know exactly what they could be, but for example, something could theoretically be something like go kill 50 daemons, and then you get some kind of reward for that, or something like that. And those 2 things could potentially make it so we get about as much gems as we do now. But the current consensus is it's most likely going to be nerfed, slightly, overall. But we won't really know until we get to try it for a couple weeks to a month. And it's hard to tell just from the beta side either if it's actually like a direct nerf. It seems like it's leaning towards a nerf, but we don't know yet. And even if it is, one slight thing that isn't making it as much of a nerf, even though it's still technically a nerf, is tributes. The hourly tribute is technically always getting higher, because as more kingdoms get upgraded and stuff into the game, more gems are being added to the game through tribute. That might be one of the reasons why they're tweaking it and ever so slightly nerfing it. Because every single month that goes by, it is technically increasing the rate at which more gems are added to the game via tributes. That might be why they're slightly nerfing it, but we won't really know exactly everything until it gets released, as far as all the specific details, but how much less loot, or even better loot, who knows, that it gives. But yeah, we'll have to see how it pans out. As far as the best thing coming next patch, I would probably say it is two things. The automatic boost ratio calculation is going to be amazing, as well as the teams. You'll be able to copy paste teams from global chat. You'll be able to copy paste teams from the forum. You'll be able to copy paste teams from my videos. Basically, you'll have a function in game where you can get your team into a code. It makes like a code up for your team. And then if you give that code to another person by posting into global chat, which will also show your team and your class and everything, it makes a nice little fancy graphic. But if you post those externally, like on Discord or on forum or YouTube or anywhere else, it'll you just copy paste that little code thingy into your game next patch. And assuming you have all the troops to make that team, it's as simple as that to go get that team. So instead of having to go and place all the troops, look at a team, go do a bunch of other stuff, you can basically copy paste a team within seconds starting next patch. So it's going to be way more convenient. And it'll just be easier to share teams in general. It's a pretty interesting feature. They're also adding an interesting algorithm where you can actually make a suggest a team button where it basically has a bunch of things that it can do. So it could suggest you teams for Red Guild War Day if you set it to only do pure red. You could have it so you can get it to suggest a team for, let's say, Dawnbringer. If you put Dawnbringer into your team and then tell it to suggest a team, it'll give you like 6 to 9 teams that are all centered around Dawnbringer and stuff like that. So there's quite a few interesting concepts that are being added in that regard. They're not going to be like the best teams in the game, obviously, because it's just running off an algorithm. But if you had literally no clue what to use, it would at least be adequate for making something that isn't like horrifically bad. Like, of course, all the suggest options in the past have been pretty bad. The banner one hasn't been too horrible, but they actually did somewhat okay on this team building one. It won't build you the meta ever, but it should build at least somewhat adequate teams. Okay, we'll stick Skull there. Oh, of course you agile. Every single thing in this kingdom has 25% agile, or 20% agile, I mean. Is there any way at all to get Farish Ra as of today? Yes. You can get Farish Ra off of Soulforge whenever he's around. And you can also get him through random drops and keys. The specific chance of getting him randomly off of keys is very low, and at this current moment in time, it is 0%, because there's currently a Mythic that's in the drop table rather than him. But give it like another 2 days, and yeah, he'll be in the drop table, just like he normally is. It's a really, 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 really unlikely chance, though. Your most viable way of crafting him, which is actually what I did on my Nintendo Switch account last week, is get 4,000 diamonds and then craft him in Soulforge when he appears. Okay, what am I doing? I am replacing my team with what's it names? Weaver, Tina. What else do we need? Mountain Crusher? Yeah, Mountain Crusher, Apothecary. Almost forgot this team for a second. Mountain Crusher and Apothecary. Apothecary, there we go. And Banner. I believe it was +2 brown, +1 blue, -1 purple. Would make sense because we need a +1 for her. Though I actually technically have it off a hero class, but oh well. I do still have it at blue, right? Where's my class? Yes, let me turn it to green then. Give it a +1, +1. Because the other 3 also use green. There we go. So yeah, if anyone else has any other questions, let me know. And I'll make sure to go over I'll make sure to go over it all. Well, we'll go convert away those blues there. Go get a good Tina down. Do I skull? Yeah, we'll skull. As long as those things don't get a cast off. Oh, he's going to now. He is going to. Oh, now I gotta let the other one cast. Hopefully I don't accidentally kill it. Well then. That didn't take long to happen. Well, as long as I don't kill him accidentally here, and we didn't, so that's fine, and he's dead. It is way more than enough damage. Kill it with, never mind. How do we not have Tina? Tina, what are you doing? The other one's not enough damage. You're fine, we'll explode everything. We get that down, throw a good Tina down, and we'll be good to go. And he's dead. The only troops you don't have are Draculus, Urieli, Gargantar, Jotnar, Phoenicia, Queen Aurora, Shade of Zorn, and Stonehammer. The next one you should craft is Queen Aurora. Or Yali. They're both actually pretty decent depending on what you're trying to do. I'd probably say Queen Aurora. If you're getting it just for its usefulness, Queen Aurora. However, a couple of those are used for Kingdom upgrade, like JoeConnors for an HP upgrade and stuff like that. But as far as their actual usefulness, Yali is, or Queen Aurora, I mean, sorry. Queen Aurora is the most useful out of any of those troops that you just mentioned. Okay, what's our path here? Got a double 1.2 over there, so we don't want to go that way. I might just go dip right into that then. Yeah, I think we just make a circle, take that, and then finish it out. Looks like a plan. I'll go with that pattern. I don't know, I personally don't care for Draculus. Biggest issue with him is he's way too slow. He can get a lot of HP, but he doesn't have immune to Devour. So if they have a Devour option, you just end up feeding them so much HP. And in instances where you just need more damage, like PvP, Crimson Bat normally works better, because it's basically the exact same thing, except it doesn't gain as much HP. However, it has way higher offensive options as far as damage output. They have the exact same ability as far as damage, but Crimson Bat is 5 mana cheaper. Not just that, but it also has minimum 2 times skull damage off its skulls, with a maximum of 4 times if you're up against Divines. Makes a pretty good Divine counter if you're running against like Rope Dart team, if you can keep yourself unentangled with a cleanse. Okay, move that, throw Tina, throw Weaver, that should be about dead. And dead. And if it gains more armor, it's not going to matter. Does it even gain more armor? I'm pretty sure it does. I almost forget what Golem does. Pretty sure it was armor. No, it was an armor reduction. It does the gems explode, and it reduces all enemies' armor. It does gain 1 armor per cast on the opposing team, but that's obviously pretty trivial. And makes up almost 0. I'm gonna try to get a brown. Go and get that for our mountain, so we can go get all of the mana we need for our team, and go from there. Go to that, get a good apothecary down, just get it on the blues for now, just go start feeding that, take the other one just so we don't give him any mana. Put that down so we can actually get a kill. And then we Tina the Weaver, and then that should almost be a match just off of that. We'll take another brown just to get that rolling. I think we can get maybe another convert there. Yes, we can. We can do that right over on those, take another skull right over. And if we can grab some browns, we can then try get us cascading that into all the other manas that we can get. Take the other skull just so we can secure the kill there. And then Tina to Weaver should. As long as it double taps that one. And never mind. Just does all of them. Take it. It's kind of funny that this one's glory though. Let this stream just die. Come back, stream! Come back! Okay, it's back. But yeah, it's kind of funny that this specific battle actually gives glory. Because the kingdom is basically a pure gold kingdom. Yet it's the only treasure room that doesn't give gold as its primary resource. Which doesn't really make much sense at all. I'm not sure why they made this a glory room. Out of everything that they could have possibly made into a glory room, this is like the last one I would have expected. I would have expected some kind of like divine team, maybe with like a guard's avatar or something to be a glory room. But nope, they just made it a bunch of dwarves that are focused on gold. Well, not specifically on gold, but the kingdom is. Okay. And they didn't even put the die for glory gnome or dwarf on the team either. There's one glory troop that says it dies gloriously. And on the glory battle, they didn't even give it. They didn't even set it on this battle. Doesn't make any sense. If you were to ever use that text on him for some kind of battle, that would have been the perfect one. Yeah, we'll get another explosion there. Get all that rolling. There is one plus side to the new format that they are doing, though. When they're switching the format for next patch with the adventure board instead of the current format we have, adventure board will actually take less time than your daily tasks plus event objectives, which is the only good side about that. Is while it might be slightly less loot, it is almost guaranteed going to take less time than the current format of the game. So it's finally something that takes less time. Well, I guess potions also help to make events less time. But they do keep adding like event stuff that have been making times go further. But recently they can kind of been dialing the time down some. And of course potions was one of the main things that dialed the time down for various events. But the other recent one will be the adventure board. It's going to be replacing some of the more other time-consuming things that you might do on a daily or weekly basis. So in that regard, it's actually kind of nice. Because it's not as many mandatory dailies. And I believe they auto-repick per day. So if they're really useless ones like gold and souls, you can just simply ignore them and save even more time. And I believe they auto repick, other than unlike the daily tasks, which don't repick. Let's see. Oh, you can repick one, but you can only repick one. Okay, then we killed that with Tina, and there we go. Okay, let's go and grab this one, take the top one, and take the final room. And then we'll probably get one more delve in. Okay, can we get any kind of good convert here? I don't think so. Oh, also that reminds me, if I have time tomorrow, we're probably going to be streaming the, that one game. I should be able to stream that for at least a few hours before we do the Gems of War stream. Oh, what was it called now? Cadence of Hyrule. Basically, technically, the sequel to Crypt of the Necrodancer. I ended up actually playing Crypt for the last 2 days a little bit. And, yeah, had a lot of fun with it. So might as well do it. I just kind of wanted to test it because it was only $4. So I've been meaning to play it for ages now. And might as well have played it some before the sequel. So I did end up doing that the other day a little bit. Didn't end up streaming it though. Just kind of did it casually in my own time. But yeah, I think I will go stream Cadence of Hyrule. I believe it comes out at noon tomorrow. It will be a little bit busy at that exact time, but like a few hours after that, I'll probably go and stream it a little bit for any of you that do want to see it. Because I know some of you don't have a Switch, so you might not be able to actually go and play it. So might as well show some footage. Let's see. We'll go for that. Get yourself a apothecary somewheres. Get down to all the greens there. And move that over into a poke with that. Get yourself a mountain. Yeah, we go for mountain now. So go for mountain, and we can go and Tina to Weaver. But first, we need Tina's mana, and I don't believe we have a blue or a green here, so we're just gonna have to take some of those browns and then Mountain Crusher the entire board and work from there. So we'll go and get a good Mountain Crusher onto all those things, get all those destroyed just to start getting our mana going. I don't think we have any other pokes that we're really going to need here, so we'll just go for that Tina in order to get the Weaver, and then the Weaver will be able to double wipe those and clear everything out. And there we go. Okay, now we take out the boss, and one more delve. Now let's delay the other one, or do it later tonight. Probably later tonight, because I do need a little bit more shards. I think we'll need about 15,000 before next Friday, and I think we're going to be a little bit short. The main reason that we don't need like a whole lot is because we already got 9 mythic treasures stacked up right now. We do have a decent amount of them on reserve at the moment. Okay, let's just go get all that out so we don't have to deal with freeze or any other mechanic. Actually, wasn't we frozen? Why do I feel like we were frozen? Maybe I was just looking at the submerge. Never mind, we weren't even frozen. Well, we'll get that automatically. I actually want to go for another mountain because I want a Weaver right here. Come on, what are you doing? How did you not get mana from that? Well, now it's in first slot, so there's no way we're not getting Weaver mana. And then we just do this into Tina and that's match. And yeah, there should be enough, even if it's the lowest numbers. But it's still been enough damage. And there we go, level 8 chests. Grab all that, claim all of our rewards. And pure shards, exactly what we want to see as a drop. Is this a key team? No, it's a fake room. Those tier 2 rooms always get me. They have the potential of being Cedric, but they aren't Cedrics. At least not this time. Okay, what was this middle? I guess we take, there. Sounds like a plan. Jumping all over the place, but seems like the way to go. Take 2, then 2. Take bottom 2, then top 2, then bottom 1, then top 1, then middle. Seems like a game plan. And gotta make sure we win before those cast, or if they do start casting, wait till both of them cast before we move on. I need that mana right over there. I will take away his Skull Distract. I probably should have left it there, but oh well. We'll take a purple here, get our mana that we need. Hopefully that's enough, and hopefully this hits the exact 2 we want to hit. Let me go do that just to make it a higher chance that it will. And yes, it does. Perfect. It's exactly enough for all of them. Or maybe not exactly, but at least it definitely does enough to kill them, because they all went down. That works. Okay, we'll take bottom, then top, then bottom, then top, then middle. Yeah, double gargoyle is insanely good with Stone Slicer. Wait, can this faction actually use that? No. This faction is green and yellow. So unfortunately, we can't use that here. But yeah, any faction that you can do that. Multiple gargoyles with Stone Slicer is actually really solid. Stone Slicer is one of the better weapons we've gotten for a while. Those like little event things. It covers a lot of ground for low-level factions, as well as just low-level battles in general. Like those ones where you're fighting like similar stats to you. They're pretty decent. I wouldn't use it as a main PvP team. Though you could theoretically do that if you really had to. It would function as such. Yeah, it's a great weapon to have. Highly advised before the end of this week to get Stone Slicer. You should pretty much be doing that with every event every event weapon that's no longer going to be around anymore. And that is one of those. Or at least in the current state of the game. But yeah, definitely make sure to get it, because it is an insanely good weapon. It's the only one of those double mana accumulating weapons that feeds into itself. I'm not sure why they made it so it could feed into itself. Not sure if that was an accident or what. But yeah, it can feed into itself, which makes it ridiculously strong compared to some of the other ones. One of the main reasons why it's even relevant is it does feed mana to itself. That, and there are some constructs that it works really good with. It can use all 6 the Guardian troops. It can use Gargoyle, and those are the main ones. Not really that many. And I guess you can use it with gates and stuff like that, like Dwarven gates with a Wall of Thorns and stuff like that. Okay, I'll throw that down. Grab our explosion there. Get yourself a good apothecary somewhere. Looks like on green is fine. Move that one over. Move the other one over. And then we just do that to Weaver, and that should be enough. Never mind, we don't even need the Weaver. Get high enough that we don't even need to deal with it. There we go. Okay, what path do we go here? We take top. We take this 1.2, then we take the 1.25, then we take the bottom 1.2, then we take the top 1.15, and then we take the middle treasure room 1.15, and then we take the boss. And then that'll be that. Let's see. Hello, Earthbound! The double... Oh, wait, never mind. I already read that. You did it for the invasion this week, and it's easier to get you to 50 towers. Oh, if you're doing that, you might not even necessarily need the gargoyles if you're doing it for the event thing with the Blackfire Cannon. You can just go and use, well, you don't even need to use your hero. You can just use 3 gates with it. You don't even technically need the weapon on it. Though I guess if you're wanting to have damage that way. But all you have to do for the event is go Wall of Thorns, Dwarven Gates, the Flame Cannon, and another Dwarven Gate. Or you can even just put it all the way in your last slot and go something like Dwarven Gate, Wall of Thorns, Dwarven Gate, and then the Cannon. And yeah, then you just simply get them constantly looping. And then after you cast each of them once, you can then go and cast your cannon, and you can just keep repeating that over and over again. Where's Tacet? I don't know. Where did Tacet go? That's a good question. Oh yeah, Tentacles, not Thorns. I keep calling them Thorns. It's Wall of Tentacles, not Wall of Thorns. I don't know why I always think it's Thorns and not Tentacles. Is it from Forest of Thorns? No. I think it's from Mist of Scales. Where is that even from? Why do I always think it's Thorns? Actually, it might be from Kerkaroth, actually. I think it was from Kerkaroth. Let's see. Yeah, it's from Kerkaroth. I don't know why I always think this is Thorns. I guess it's because it literally has thorns sticking out of it. I'm like, oh, Thorns. But no, it's Tentacles. Like, if you look at just the top half of this image, you're like, okay, these are thorns. But then you look at the bottom half, and if you ignore these little suction cups, it's like, oh yeah, they're thorns. But yeah, that's why that's exactly why I always call this thing Wall of Thorns. It's those thorns that it has sticking out of it that always throws me off. But no, it's Wall of Tentacles. So if I ever say Wall of Thorns, it's the troop I'm referring to. Because there is no Wall of Thorns. That is the Wall of Thorns. Okay, we'll take a brown over there. Get an explosion on everything. Grab a apothecary on all the greens. Go throw Rotina down. And it was Mountain Crusher to apothecary. And then clean them off of whatever has mana. And apparently that's literally everything. We'll do it that way because Tina probably wouldn't have wiped. And now we wipe with Tina. Yeah, does anyone else have any other questions? Because after this delve, I'll probably be wrapping up for the night. If you guys still have anything else you want me to go over. The Thursday event tomorrow, I believe, was Dragon Guard class, if I'm not mistaken. Dragon Gore's okay, not the greatest, not the worst. Biggest thing it has going for it is currently the best hero class overall that has triple damage to burning. There are some instances where Warlord could be said as the best for that. However, I feel like in more instances, Dragon Guard is better, personally. But, yeah, it's one of the best, if not the best, with triple skull damage on burning. I'd personally say the best. But, yeah, it's an okay hero class. It's ever so barely above the higher half, I believe. So, possibly not. The biggest fault it has is it does not have half mana start. If we ever get half mana start dragon thing, probably going to be pretty good, but as it currently stands, it does not have it, so it is somewhat underwhelming. Which is why you normally don't see me using it. Also, Dragon Soul teams and 4x Dragon teams are really weak right now ever since Submerge came into the game, and they're really not that meta at the moment. You never know, some Dragons might come into the game that will make them viable. The biggest one being, if they ever add 50% mana start, Dragon Guard and stuff will be extremely viable again. But yeah, that's the only other event we're getting this week. Friday does not have an event. Because I believe we're getting a double event again next Friday. Next Friday is new faction, and I believe something else? I don't remember now. But it's definitely a new faction. But this Friday, we have actually nothing coming in. Which is unfortunate. I'll probably just be grinding out the hero class we're currently doing, actually. What's it called? Tidecaller. Which does remind me, have I still not uploaded that video? I actually have it recorded and everything. I just don't think it's been uploaded yet. I need to make sure I go do that. Because I literally already have it done. Just need to upload it. I think it's been done since Saturday, actually. There's a reason why I wasn't uploading it initially. But then I just didn't upload it. So I need to go do that. Well, we'll go and get a mountain down. Did I play Dungeons and Dragons back in the day? No. I've never actually played it. I have some friends that have. I don't personally, though. Okay, what do we even move here? Let's go take a... you know what? We'll go take it that way. Perfect extra turn off the top and we actually get it. Get our mountain down and then just convert away all the rest of this mess. We can then go and throw this into Weaver ideally. So it doesn't look like it. We'll have to go for some mana. Get a crusher onto everything. And then we can Weaver to Tina. I'm actually doing Weaver here first just to make sure Tina will actually kill here. Because even if it hits minimums, that will be enough to kill everything. Now that actually doesn't overkill anymore. I love that they finally buffed Tina. I know this was a couple months ago, but I'm so glad they finally buffed Tina to actually retroactively retarget its hits. Ever since they did, it has actually been a pretty good Mythic. Probably top 10 these days. Just because it's, I believe, yeah, out of every single troop currently, though there will be more in the future, but of every current troop that exists, that has 50% spell reduction, which I think is 2 or 3, so it doesn't have much competition at this current moment in time. But of every single troop that currently has 50% spell reduction, it is the strongest. And even after the next Mythic that has 50% spell reduction comes in, it will still be stronger than it. Not in every context, but more often than not, in just a general perspective, it will still be stronger than the next 50% mana or 50% spell reduction troop that's coming in. So that's one of the biggest things that's making it viable. Is it's the most viable 50% spell reduction troop. And that's pretty good against anything that's heavy on spell damage. Particularly Yagwe, Queen Titania teams. But there's several others as well, of course. That's probably the main one that comes to mind when I think of ridiculously high spell damage teams. And it's good because you can actually run this on Red Guild War Day to counter it as well, since it does use red. That's the day that you'd most likely find a Yagwe, Queen Titania team in that context, in Guild Wars. And of course you find them plenty in PvP these days. And there's always going to be some kind of spell cast related team that's always going to be decent at any given time. There's only one point way back when spells were basically pointless. But they made some changes to the game that's probably never going to make spells pointless again. There are points when skull spam is better than at other points. But generally, with how the game is currently shaped, spell damage is always going to be useful for at least something, if nothing else. But anyways, guys, does anyone else have any other questions? Otherwise, I will be heading out for now. We will be back tomorrow, same time as always, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mainly going to be doing the class event and doing a little bit more invasions, answering some questions, and just messing around with some grinding. probably towards Tidecaller and messing with some PvP teams. I believe we still have some PvP objectives. And by some PvP objectives, I mean we need to go play a lot of PvP this week, actually. Haven't been doing too much yet. Actually, just even in general, I haven't been as much lately into PvP. I've still been doing it for all the rewards and everything, but as far as just grinding it out, and I believe it's mainly because of some of the meta that's on 3 trophies right now. That is just super annoying to deal with. Like, stuff like this isn't normally too bad, like, at all. But there's so many annoying 3 trophy teams. Of course, this one actually isn't that bad, but there are a lot of them out there that is just mind-numbingly annoying out there currently. But anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by. Leave a like if you enjoyed the stream, and I will catch all of you later. Goodbye, everyone, and have a wonderful rest of your week. And don't forget, still don't open your keys, because the Mythic is still around for... Oh, don't forget the pet, either. I have to go get that. 6 more hours. But, yeah, this thing is still in the drop table for 2 more days and 6 hours. So make sure not to open Glory, Gem Guild, or VIP chests for another 2 days or 6 hours, or you might get a useless Mythic. So make sure to avoid those. Anyways, guys, catch all of you later. Goodbye, everyone.